And of course, with everything I do on YouTube, it's been met with a lot of atheistic backlash. Everything I do on YouTube seems to be combated against. Some other atheists have taken a different approach and felt the need to disclose personal information about either my name or location here on YouTube, and I've been receiving threats of people who said they want to come to my house and they know where I live and all that kind of stuff. And lastly, I did say that I would be sending certain amounts of money to donations, or to charities, and certain amounts to my ministry and savings, and I wanted to be transparent about it, but because atheists have been so ferocious about this whole thing, I can no longer do that.
Okay. Apparently he hasn't been watching my videos. I didn't make any death threats or talk about him making donations. I guess he's not watching the videos where people critique the actual ideas that he uses in his videos. As for the rest of the video, well, like the title says, repetition, repetition, repetition. This is a real identifiable characteristic of preaching as opposed to thinking. He just repeats the same arguments over and over, regardless of what we say here on YouTube. Like, I've already refuted his arguments, but he keeps using them, because that's what preaching does. I mean, that's the real difference between religion and science, or religion and philosophy, is that science grows. We learn new knowledge. There's more problems to take care of. But religion just keeps repeating the same ideas over and over to more and more people to get them to believe it. And it's not really doing much but perpetuating itself. So I'll just play his video and put links to refutations I've already made. Have a nice day.
Well, do you believe there is such a thing as good?
That's good?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, definitely.
And such a thing as evil?
Yes.
And you think what Hitler did was evil?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I've been asking people, people who don't believe in God, I've been asking them, where do you get your morals from? How do you tell right from wrong, good or evil? And they say, well, it's what I believe. And I say, okay, so Hitler believed that it was good to kill 14 million Jews. The Jews obviously didn't think it was such a hot idea. But the problem is, if we're only looking at humans and psychology, what they believe, we're left with subjective morality. It differs from person to person, so we don't have a standard. So then I say, the only way we could have morals is if there's an objective moral giver. Someone who lives above us, who, doesn't matter what we think, he's going to judge us according to his standard. Without that standard, can't be right and wrong. And I believe God is that standard. And so if they reject God, they have no basis for saying Hitler was wrong in killing people. You need God in order to say that. You guys ever read the Bible?
Partly.
Partly?
I'm not going to lie, not really.
Okay. The Bible says that God created us because he's a loving God, he's a good God, and he made us to be good and to love him. Love, unfortunately, is a very strange thing because it has to be chosen freely.